Caught husband cheating over text. I woke him up and said, "Who the hell is she?" What I found next destroyed me. I sat on the edge of our bed, heart pounding in my chest, staring at his phone screen. The soft glow of the messages illuminated my face as my fingers trembled over the screen. My stomach churned, my throat tightened. I couldn't breathe. Her name was unfamiliar, but the messages were not. The playful teasing, the late-night exchanges, the pictures. God, the pictures. My husband, the man I had trusted with every part of me, had been texting this woman for months. He had been sending her pictures of himself. Worse, pictures of our daughter. I felt a rush of heat rise up my neck, my vision blurred by rage and devastation. My fingers gripped the phone tighter as I scrolled, but my mind could barely keep up. Flirting, gym selfies, her body bare and exposed. Him responding. I couldn't even process it all before I felt the scream bubbling up inside me. I turned to him, asleep beside me, his chest rising and falling in steady rhythm. Peaceful, completely unaware of the storm brewing inside me. I didn't think, I just reacted. "Wake up." He stirred but didn't open his eyes. "Wake up," I snapped, shoving his shoulder hard. His eyes fluttered open, confusion clouding his face as he adjusted to the dim light of our bedroom. What's wrong?" he mumbled, his voice thick with sleep. I held up his phone. "Who the hell is she?" His gaze dropped to the screen, and in that instant I saw it: guilt, panic. He tried to sit up, but I moved back, gripping his phone like it was a weapon.
"Explain this."
My voice cracked, the pain leaking into my words. He exhaled sharply, running a hand through his hair. "Babe, don't babe me. You've been talking to her for months, sending her pictures? She sent you nudes." My voice was rising, my breath coming in short gasps. He rubbed his face, sighing heavily. "It's not what it looks like." I let out a sharp, bitter laugh. "Oh, really? Because it looks like you've been having some long, secret relationship with another woman." My hands were shaking now. "You told me it was a one-time mistake, that you wouldn't do it again, that you loved me." My voice broke on the last word. He reached for me, but I jerked away. "Don't touch me." I could see him struggling to find the right words. The guilt in his eyes, the regret, it was all there. But it didn't matter, because the damage was done. He sat up fully now, swinging his legs off the side of the bed like he was bracing himself. "I need you to listen," he said softly, but his voice was shaking. I didn't respond. I couldn't. I just stared, waiting for him to lie. "Or tell the truth." I didn't know which would hurt more. He looked down at his hands. "I've known her for a long time, since before I met you. Almost 10 years. I stayed quiet, watching every twitch of his face. She's older, about 15 years older than us. She helped me when I was broke and struggling through school. Paid for a few things, a laptop once, helped with bills." My stomach dropped. This wasn't just some random woman from the gym. This was something else. "And you've been talking to her this whole time?" I asked, barely above a whisper. He nodded slowly. "Off and on, yeah. Not always like this. Not always like this. Sometimes it's just catching up, checking in. But after you started traveling more for your rotations, I don't know, things got personal again." Personal. That word hit me like a punch in the chest. I swallowed hard. "Did you sleep with her?" "No," he said quickly, looking straight at me. "Not since before we were together. I swear to you, nothing physical has happened since we started dating." "But you were sending her pictures," I snapped. "You let her send nudes. You shared photos of our daughter with her. Why would you do that?" He looked away, ashamed. "I don't know. I wasn't thinking. She always asks about me. She asked to see what the baby looked like, and I thought it was innocent, but it wasn't." I couldn't wrap my head around it. "You crossed the line. You know you crossed the line." "I know," he said, his voice cracking. "And I'm sorry. I've been stupid and selfish, and I hate myself for it." He moved closer, like he thought he could fix this by holding me. I backed away. "You said you'd never do this again," I said, voice shaking. "You promised." "I know I did, and I broke that promise. I don't expect you to forgive me right now. I just need you to know that I love you, and I've never stopped loving you." I looked at him, searching for any sign that this was still the man I thought I knew. But all I saw was someone I didn't recognize. I didn't sleep that night. He tried, God, he tried. Sat on the edge of the bed for hours, waiting for me to say something, anything. I turned away from him and curled up on my side, eyes wide open in the dark, my back stiff with anger and betrayal. He finally left the room around 4 a.m. I listened to his footsteps fade down the hallway, then silence. I stayed awake, staring at the wall, trying to stop the same loop from playing over and over in my head. How long had they been talking like that? Did he delete messages before I found them? Was there more I didn't see? Every question burned deeper than the last. When the sun came up, I still hadn't moved. My daughter's soft cries from her room snapped me out of it. I wiped my face quickly, had I even noticed I'd been crying, and forced myself out of bed. She smiled when I picked her up, her tiny hands grabbing my hair, her warm little body nestling against mine like nothing was wrong. And for a moment, I wished I could be her. Small, innocent, unaware of the weight on my chest. By the time I walked into the kitchen, he was there, sitting at the table. Eyes red, face pale. He looked like hell. We didn't say anything at first. I placed our daughter in her high chair and started preparing her breakfast. The clinking of spoons and the hum of the fridge were the only sounds in the room. Then he finally spoke. I didn't sleep, I didn't respond. I know you don't want to talk to me, but I need you to know that I'll cut her off. Completely. I'll block her, delete her number, everything, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. I didn't look at him. You should have done that a year ago. I know. He exhaled slowly. I should have. I was weak, that's the truth. I liked the attention. I liked the way she made me feel when I felt alone. But it was never love, never like what I have with you. I turned around, you weren't alone. You just weren't getting what you wanted from me while I was chasing something better for all of us. You think I liked being gone every week? You think I wasn't lonely, exhausted, drained? He didn't answer. He just nodded slowly, taking it. I shook my head, tears welling up again. I gave you grace the first time. I let it go. I believed you. I trusted you. He stood up, moving slowly, cautiously. I don't deserve that trust anymore, but I want to earn it back. I'll do whatever it takes. Therapy, transparency, anything. My voice was flat now. I don't know what I want from you. Part of me wants to scream until you leave. Part of me wants to forgive you again and hope that next time, there won't be a next time. We stood there in silence. Our daughter laughed behind me, smashing scrambled eggs with her spoon. The world hadn't ended. The house hadn't burned down, but nothing felt the same. The days that followed blurred together. He stayed, slept on the couch,
tiptoed around the house like a stranger trying not to wake someone else's family.
I didn't ask him to leave, but I didn't ask him to stay either. I couldn't make any decisions yet. I just needed space, time, clarity. He gave it to me mostly, but I could feel him watching me when I moved through the house. Eyes full of regret, desperate for a sign that things weren't over. I didn't know if they were. I went through the motions, changing diapers, washing bottles, feeding her lunch. I kept the routine, for our daughter's sake. For mine. If I stopped moving, the weight of it all would crush me. At night, I couldn't stop replaying the same moment in my head, finding those messages. Every word I read carved deeper into me. I kept wondering how I didn't notice earlier. Was I too focused on school, too trusting, or had I just chosen not to look? One night, a few days after the confrontation, he knocked on our bedroom door. I didn't answer, but he opened it anyway. Slowly, gently, he stood in the doorway, not moving any closer. I blocked her. I wanted you to see it. I didn't look up from the book I wasn't really reading. My voice was low. Why didn't you block her after the first time? He hesitated. I thought I could handle it. Thought it was under control. I didn't think I'd slip back. You had a choice, I said, looking up at him finally. And you chose her again. He swallowed hard. I know, and I hate myself for it. Silence filled the room like fog. I stared at him, wondering if I could ever feel the same about him again. Wondering if love alone was enough. Why did you keep talking to her? I asked, softer this time. He stepped inside, slowly, sitting down in the chair across the room, because she never expected anything from me. She never got mad when I forgot to text back. She didn't ask how my day was. It was easy, and when I was overwhelmed, I ran to easy. His honesty cut deeper than his betrayal. And me? I asked. You were real, he said. You are everything. And that scared me more than I realized. I thought I didn't deserve it, so I sabotaged it. Tears burned the back of my eyes. You didn't deserve it. He nodded. You're right. I looked at him, tired and broken. Part of me still loved him. That was the problem. If I didn't love him, this would be simple. But nothing about love is simple when trust is gone. He stood up again. I'll give you space. I'm not rushing you. I just wanted to tell you that I know I messed up, and I want to fix it if you ever let me. He left, closing the door behind him. I sat in the quiet, listening to the soft ticking of the clock on the wall. And for the first time since this all began, I let myself ask the question I'd been avoiding. Could I ever love him the same way again? Weeks passed. Some days were better than others. He stayed consistent, helped with the baby, made dinner, did the little things I used to do without thinking. He didn't complain. He didn't pressure me. He waited. I went to therapy. Alone at first. I needed to sort through the noise in my head. The betrayal, the grief, the leftover love I didn't know what to do with. I sat on a couch and told a stranger how the person I trusted most had shattered something sacred between us. I cried. I got angry. Some days I felt fine. Others, I felt like I was drowning. He offered to go to couples therapy. I said maybe. Our daughter started standing up on her own during that time, letting go of the coffee table, taking shaky little steps between us. We'd sit across the living room and watch her, both cheering her on as if everything was still normal. But it wasn't. We had this invisible wall between us. Every conversation was careful. Every interaction soft, measured, like we were balancing on the edge of something fragile. One night, I sat outside after putting the baby to bed. He joined me, sitting on the steps quietly. The air was cool, the sky was dark and full of stars. But it felt heavy. He spoke first. I know it doesn't matter right now, but I miss you. I looked at him. You miss the version of me that didn't know what you were doing. He nodded. Maybe, but I miss all of you. Even this version, even the hurt. I'd rather have your anger than lose you completely. I didn't say anything for a while. I just stared out at the dark yard, thinking about how much had changed. I don't know if I can ever feel safe with you again, I said. I get it, he replied quietly. But I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere, no matter how long it takes. I'll keep showing up. I turned to face him. Even if I don't forgive you, he met my eyes. Even then, and for the first time since that night, I believed him. Not because he was saying the right things, but because he wasn't trying to control the outcome anymore. He was just showing up. A month later, we sat side by side in a therapy office. Two people trying to rebuild something that might never look the same again. I hadn't forgiven him. Not fully, but I wasn't ready to let go either. Trust takes time. So does healing. But we were trying together, and that for now was enough.